So, you want to learn about crypto today? My little Solana? You want to learn about crypto today? We're going to learn about crypto today, okay? Want to say hi to everyone?
This is how to learn about crypto. It's not, this is what crypto is for like 10 minutes. It is how to learn about crypto, what are the resources available, and what should you be looking at, and how should you think about things. Let's get started. Oh my gosh, I am so excited for this video. We're gonna start off with what not to do, how to get involved and who to look at on YouTube, who to follow on Twitter, primers on crypto, just like the first reading guides, beginner starter guides, and lastly, how to learn about crypto in a very interactive way. Okay, let's go off on what not to do. So personally, the one thing I would do differently is I would not go on Twitter. I know there's a whole section about who to follow on Twitter here, but if I could do things differently, I would not go on Twitter. Here's the reason why. Because I was on Twitter so much, I know more about who's in the crypto startup space. I know about their domains of knowledge. I know who they are friends with and who they like to support online. I know the vibe about certain crypto communities. I know kind of like the marketing launches. But when I really sit down and start thinking, what do I know? What have I learned from Twitter? I can't come up with any examples. I know more about people and relationships and people's personal brands than I actually know about crypto technology. And I don't like that. I wish I didn't spend as much of my time consuming that sort of information and instead did the following instead. I wish I had Googled, what is crypto? What is blockchain? What do I need to know about crypto? Why is crypto important? Very, very basic things. I never Google those things. I would just tweet, someone please explain to me. And I don't remember any of those answers because I don't feel like I can reference anything. I should have gone to big crypto companies' pages where they have a bunch of corporate resources that's already vetted by a huge team and looked at what they offered. I should have looked at the biggest crypto educators on YouTube and read the comments to determine if they were good or not. That's what I recommend actually doing. I can actually give you specific resources to this later in the next section, not this section, but a few sections down, you can skip to it in the comments, primers on crypto. And I'll also put it in the description so you can look at it right now. Okay, awesome. This is one of my favorite parts. It's how to get involved in crypto. So I hope many girls are watching this right now. There is a very specific place that you can go to if you're woman, non-binary, plus if you're not. You can use this resource too. But it's geared towards women and non-binary people, and it's called she256.org. They offer mentor and mentee matching for people who are already in crypto with people who are new to crypto. It's free. It's a great program. I have my own mentor, and she's a software engineer at a crypto company. They also host a ton of events that are webinar style, so you can just pop in and out. What's also amazing is that they have a Discord where you can be part of the community, you can jump in, you can see all the different channels. I may be able to show screenshots here. And then you can ask your questions here in the Q&A, and someone will answer your question and help you out. And if you're looking to work into crypto or you're curious about working in the crypto industry, they have a job board here. And they also help you prepare for these roles that you're looking at. I also highly recommend kernel.community. They offer a crypto fellowship program for, I think, 8 weeks, and it's free for all women and non-binary people. And I think it's only $400 for guys. Super, super, super worth. It's 200 or 250 fellows in each 8-week program. They're ranging from operators, VCs, founders, designers, like any sort of person you imagine that could be interested in crypto, they got it. In addition, if you're like, I don't really care about crypto coins, okay, you don't have to care just about DeFi, but they also have NFTs and gaming available, also community, culture, DAOs. They have all these tracks available. I had an amazing experience. I was part of the 3rd batch. And I have so many of my crypto friends from that batch and so many of my connections from there. I highly recommend applying even if you feel extremely unqualified. I did not feel qualified at all. But somehow they let me in. I sneaked my way in. So highly recommend applying. If you're interested at all, just shoot your shot and then figure out the financials later. If you get in and they somehow don't support you, you can message me. I can help figure it out for you or personally support you, because I had such a great experience. I recommend it to everyone. I'm not sure when the next batch opens up. I have a few of my friends currently in batch 4, which is what's going on right now. Don't know when the batch 5 opens up, but keep an eye out. All right, new section time. This is who to look at YouTube, and I really wish I did this. I really wish this. This is one thing I would definitely change very early on in my crypto learning journey. So when I initially started watching YouTube videos about crypto, it was way too confusing for me. I had no context for anything. So I couldn't discern which channels were good and which channels were bad, or which channels were easier for beginners to understand versus which channels were better for people who were more technical or had specific questions. So I have 3 channels available for you with my very short summary of them. All right, coming up, number 1, Coinburu. This man, I am very happily in a relationship, but if I was not, I would be one of his crypto groupies, because this man explains so well. It's so clear. It's as if there was like a research paper and he read off of it, but he included interesting visuals, so you can actually stay engaged the whole time. It's so interesting the whole time. He talks about news. He talks about deep dives into certain coins. He compares and contrasts different coins. This is actually gonna be longer than one sentence because I am obsessed with his channel. I hope he notices me. But yeah, when I started doing actual research into crypto, into like how the technology works, what these specific coins are, comparing and contrasting, he does the best analysis. So I highly recommend that you look through his videos, subscribe, and just play it when you're washing dishes, play it when you're doing laundry, sit down and watch it. It's great for literally all occasions. He's extremely easy to digest, and you don't have to just watch the screen. You can listen to it like a podcast. Whew, okay. Now that I stopped gushing about Coinburu, the second recommendation that I have is The Defiant. So actually, The Defiant was one of the first crypto channels that I had stumbled upon, and I think in late 2020 or early 2021, they had this list about DeFi, this playlist about DeFi that I tried to go through the whole thing, but honestly, I kind of got bored. Even though it was like presented very well visually, for some reason I got bored. I can link it here right now. Other people highly recommend it to me all the time, so maybe it just doesn't click with my brain, but it could click with you, so that's also why I'm recommending it. Finematics is great if you're a visual learner. They do a lot of diagrams and talk about how things are connected to each other, and to me, it's kind of technical, and it's still dryish. Like, it's still more of a school lecture, which I don't like. I like personality, I like conversational, so I can understand it more easily. If it's dry, it just feels like isolated to me. So that's the third one that I hear a lot of people recommend, and I personally don't gravitate towards it, but if you're visual, I can see how this is the best option for you. All right, so self-promotional time. Who to follow on Twitter? Number 1, me. Follow me. Number 2, even though I had like this whole rant in the beginning about not following people on crypto Twitter, which again, don't follow me until you watch more of Coinburu's videos. You look at T256 and you try to get matched, and you go to Kernel and you apply for the fellowship. Don't follow me until you've done all of that. Although I would appreciate the follow, just please do that for yourself. So why should you follow me? Because it's probably the easiest way to reach me out of any social platforms. That's probably why. Plus, I want to get into teasing out a lot of tweets before I start writing more long-form articles and blogs that are more technical or more interesting. I don't know. But if you follow me on Twitter and you actually like how I explain things, it just provides like a really good feedback loop for me, so I can make more useful content for you. Sounded very promotional, but honestly, that's why. Number 2, I would recommend my friend Crypto Comics just because it's probably one of the easiest ways to reach him too, and his content is the bomb. He is one of the best content creators I know, specifically in crypto. He's a very, very good friend, and I look up to him a lot. So if you want to keep updated on his content, this is his content, Crypto Comics, and this is his Twitter. I'm actually gonna make a separate video about who to follow on Twitter, but I'm going to include a list of what I think are like beginner friendly people to follow on Twitter, or people who have like very huge followings or like very influential, and from there you can probably find smaller Twitter people, crypto Twitter people that you could be interested in, but I'm gonna include the link in the description and it's right here too. All right, let us go into primers for crypto. You know I had to do it. Number one on my list is Coinbase Learn. I got my initial step into crypto and a lot of my education about all the different coins through Coinbase's Learn program. I wish I spent more time on this website because it's explained so well. I trust this brand a lot. And if you look on Coinbase's career page, they're spending a lot of time and effort trying to recruit more people on their content team because they know it's important. So right now, maybe you don't love the content, but hopefully you do. I think you will. I really love it. So if you like me, you probably will like it. Very, very well fleshed out. But in the future, they're going to be producing even more, better, spectacular content. So keep an eye out for that. Number two, Kraken offers crypto guides under their own Learn program. And I really like Kraken too. I had first heard about Kraken because I am obsessed with Bryce Hall, the TikToker. I'm obsessed with his podcast with Anthony Pompliano. It's called Capital University. And Kraken was one of his sponsors. And I was like, yo, if Kraken supports Bryce Hall, they're probably cool. Like, they're probably cool and plugged into Gen Z and stuff. So I looked at their guides. Great. They also have a bunch of like informational videos on YouTube for like short definitions and stuff. So I highly recommend Kraken. And again, since these are from big crypto companies, they're vetted, they're edited to beginners and for maximum clarity. So that's why I would recommend these primers first. Now let's move on to more niche primers if you don't want to look at institutional stuff, which like to me does not make any sense at all. All right, so I mentioned G256 earlier. This was one of their guides that I used to first learn about crypto. It is a one-pager and there's videos linked to it. It's a good starting point. But I will say I never finished it because it seemed overwhelming to me and it seemed still too technical for me. But again, this is like a curated list of someone who knew more than me, who has onboarded more beginners than me. So maybe it was just me again. If you really like reading long form articles, curated, you like blog posts, you like knowing who wrote it, their background, stuff like that, I would recommend Gabby's Web3 reading list. This girl she's an alum of Stanford. She used to be a VC over at Bessemer. Bessemer was an investor in Twitch, Pinterest, and Shopify, so they're pretty big. And now she works as a crypto VC. So this reading list is super long. It's very good. It's curated by her, and a lot of people reference this, so it kind of actually serves as a anchor for a lot of the crypto ideas that are going to become more popular simply by being on her list. All right, let's move on to one of my favorite sections of all time, how to interact with crypto and learn this way. I've actually made a TikTok about this, and I'll link the TikTok here or like in the description box, which already explains all of this in 3 minutes, but I'll do it again so that you guys get it in YouTube format. So number one on my list would be 1729. So 1729 is where you can read a lot of blog articles. And at the end of the blog articles, there's usually some prize to be won. You either review the blog yourself and then you get $100 in Bitcoin or something like that, or they're asking you to compile some sort of information and then you get $10 of Bitcoin for every right answer. Something like that. 1729 is a website that was founded/funded by the previous CTO. That means the person who's like very technical and like head of all technical code design stuff over at Coinbase. And it's very clear that I really love Coinbase. You should follow him on Twitter for sure. I've done TikTok reviews of 1729's blog articles and have gotten the $100 in Bitcoin from them a few times. And we've all done book reports in school. This is just a blog report, and you can do it. It's a super easy way to interact and like digest the information that you've learned and make sure you're not just like reading something and not actually understanding it. So next on my list, number 2 is rabbithole.gg. Okay, now things are getting a bit more complicated and technical, but this is what crypto is about. Not about being technical and stuff, but interacting and like being part of this metaverse world. So rabbithole.gg is founded by a guy named Brian. He used to work at Dapper Labs, and Dapper Labs have produced NBA Top Shot. He knows what he's doing. Okay, so with rabbithole.gg, you can connect your crypto wallet. I know you might not know what that is right now, but you can Google it. And I don't mean that in a dismissive way. It's like, it's very easy to understand. So you can have your crypto wallet, you can connect it to Rabbit Hole, and they have a bunch of prizes that you can earn for doing crypto tasks, such as bridging assets, doing some sort of lending and borrowing, verifying yourself in a crypto way. Here's an example of the tasks available and then also the rewards that you could be earning. What's really cool about this is that if it's connected to your wallet, you can prove that you've learned these skills. So as they come out with more complex skills and like bigger challenges, it could kind of serve as like an on-chain resume for skills that you've learned. Very cool. Also, you get prizes, which is awesome. I'm leaning in closer because it's getting dark and my face looks so blue. Okay, last but certainly not least, this one is the most technical one out of all of them. If you're a developer, if you're technical already, if you're coding or interested in coding, you should really check out Figment.io. So Figment.io was actually acquired by the Graph protocol earlier this year, it's a big crypto protocol. What I'm trying to say is that Figment.io is very well funded and it's going to be around for a long time, and there's going to be additional resources to make it even better than what it already is. But let's talk about what it's like right now. I'm going to ignore the part where they offer staking as a service because it doesn't make sense for a beginner video, but let's talk about part 2. Part 2 is that they service and cater to developers. If you're a developer and you want to learn more about being a developer in crypto, you should check out Figment.io because they offer kind of like the beginner primer on all these different protocols for you to learn about and test. It's specifically catered to developers who want to learn more about crypto and developing in crypto. So if you really want to build cool stuff, this is your opportunity to learn and the perfect playground for you. It is unbelievably dim, but this is the end of the video. I hope this was the best resource. Please share it with a lot of people on how to learn about crypto. And happy learning journey. I'm going to come out more with actual crypto content. This is more about like how to navigate the whole crazy world. So thanks for joining me. Make sure to like and subscribe. And again, share this with as many people as possible because I want to grow this channel and I want to produce better content for you guys. There's an Easter egg in the comments to earn another $100 in crypto. And this surprise should be happening weekly from now.